afternoon, student of class 9. Today we will start your new chapter of biology, that is chapter 2, tissue. Children, you know what is tissue? In the first chapter we have already studied about the cell. Group of cell is known as tissue. That all perform the whatever tissue perform the specific functions. That all we will study in this chapter. Okay student, let's start our second chapter, that is tissue. In the tissue, first of all I'll tell about something about the cell. In the cell, first chapter you have studied about the cell. It is described that all living organisms are made up of the cells. So children, that all the living organism, whatever, it made us of cells. So here group of cells, it forms the tissue. So division of labor is performed by the multicellular organism, and unicellular organisms like example amoeba, paramecium, etc. has a single cell in its body. A single cell performs all basic life activities. So children, you have to remember that in example amoeba, movement of a cell, intake of food and respiratory gases, oxygen, intracellular digestion, metabolism, respiration and excretion, all are done by the same cell. However, in multicellular organisms, example you can see in the human being, there are millions of cells. Most of these cells are specialized to carry out a few functions efficiently. These functions are taken up by different groups of cells. Thus, we can say that there is a division of labor. In the multicellular organisms, for example, in human beings, muscle cells contract and relax to cause movement of a body part. Nerve cells or neurons carry messages. Blood flows to transport oxygen. Food, hormones and waste material like carbon dioxide and urea are the waste materials. So in plant cells, phloem conduct, you everybody know, it conduct the food materials from leaves to other parts of the body. So children, xylem conduct water and minerals from root to upward direction. So we see that cells which are specialized in a functions are grouped together and form a tissue. In the tissue, the example of tissue, there are blood, phloem, muscles are all are the example of tissue. So children, first of all I want to tell you about the definition of tissue. Here the term tissue was coined by the anatomist Mary Francois Xavier Bichat in the year 1792. Study of tissues is called histology. In Greek word, histos means tissue and logos means study. So children, a group of cells similar in structure that work together to perform a particular function forms a tissue. All cells of a tissue have common origin. For example, human nervous tissue, you can see in the nervous tissue there is presence in brain, that spinal cord and nerves, has nerve cells or neurons, which are basically same structurally and functionally. All nerve cells basically has a cell body or soma, which has two type of branches. Such type of branches is known as the dendrite and axon. The functions of this dendrite is to receive the message, and an axon's functions is to convey messages away from the soma. All neurons of nervous tissue are originated from the same germinal layer called ectoderm. So children, now you have to about this neuron. I will explain in this chapter and in the last section. Now I will tell you about the importance of tissue. What is the importance of tissue? Formation of tissues has brought about division of labor in multicellular organisms. Tissue becomes organized to form organs. You everybody know organs like heart, kidney, and organs into organ system. That our body, that workload of individual cell has decreased. If there is only single cell, then too much workload. If there is group of cell, they are performing together functions, so workload also decrease due to origin of tissue. As a result of improved organization and higher efficiency, multicellular organisms have higher survival. So children, you have to remember that plants and animal cells are made up of different types of tissues. There is different because in the plants are autotrophic organisms, so prepare their own food by photosynthesis. So but if you can tell about the animals, they are the heterotrophic organisms. They have to move in search of food, mate and shelter, so on. So children, you can just I'll tell you about the differences between plant tissue and animal tissues. First of all, I'll tell you about the plant tissue. Dead supportive tissues are more abundant as compared to living tissues. They require less maintenance energy. There is differentiation of meristematic and permanent tissue. You can see in the meristematic and permanent tissue. So children, due to activity of meristematic tissues, plants continue to grow throughout life. You will study about this meristematic tissue in the next section. Tissue organization is meant for stationary habit of plants. So children, but in animals tissues, if you see in multicellular animals, living tissues are more common as compared to dead tissues. This is the main difference. So they require more maintenance energy. Such a differentiation is absent in them. Animals do not show growth after reaching maturity. Reparative growth is, however, present. Organization of animal tissues is complex with the development of more specialized and localized organs and organ systems. Tissue organization is towards high mobility of animals. So children, go through this all the paragraph and try to answer these questions. See question number 1, 2, 3. These are the short answers, and 4 and 5 is the you have to write long. So what type of functions does the single cell of unicellular organisms such as amoeba perform? Define tissues. Name the 2 basic types of tissues found in plants. What is the importance of tissues? Tabulate differences between plant and animal tissues.